Hey, what's up you guys? This is John Chacon. I have another instructional video for you. This one's going to be on the front squat. If you look through our series, we have the deadlift, we have the back squat, and we also have the front squat. Again, I'll recap. There are different squat variations for different bodies for different people. If you like to do both front and back squat, good on you. That's good for you, okay? If you prefer to use kettlebells instead of barbells, that's great as well. But something that I've worked up to over my time training others and training myself is doing a proper front squat or back squat. Now, there's a lot of different things that people could throw out there that might be proper. A couple things I just want you to keep in mind. If you maintain control of this movement, heels stay on the ground, your torso is nice and upright, shoulders aren't caving in forward, the knees aren't flailing in and out, and you have control of that movement, this can be a very, very helpful movement for building full body strength, okay? Especially if you're into the Olympic lifts, cleans and snatches and jerks and all that stuff, it'll be very helpful to have a good front squat position. My front squat, I actually tend to stay away from them because I have this weird anomaly in my rib or my collarbone. I have these huge juts of bone growth that had come up from one of my collarbones, and it hurts a lot to have a barbell in the front. That doesn't stop me from doing cleans, but when I squat, I tend to do more of a back squat. But I'll show you what the front squat entails. Basic setup, I'm not the best at front squats, but I feel comfortable enough to show you how to do them in case they fit your body the best. Remember, you can always use kettlebells, dumbbells, body weight, whatever you want to do, but I'll show you the barbell one today. Now the front squat as opposed to a back squat. Back squat, that bar rests on your traps or on those big muscles you have at your upper back. They rest between there and the tops of your shoulders. For the front squat, that bar, you're actually going to want it to rest up here on the meat part of your shoulders. Don't let it rest too much on your collarbone or up on your chest. Have it up here. You're actually, if you raise your arm up in front of you, you'll notice that you have this kind of muscular ridge right here. For some of those people that have like cannonballs for shoulders, you're going to have a much easier time with this. Another thing that can hinder your ability to do a front squat is how much mobility you have in the shoulder. If your shoulder does not allow you to not only flex your shoulder, because this is extension, this is flexion, flex at your shoulder, but also have your elbow bent and be able to hold your hand in this front rack position, that's going to hinder it. For some people, they're so tight, either up in their shoulder or in their lats, that their hands can't go much further than this. They're going to be really hindered because they're going to be trying to hold that bar down at their chest. But you want to be able to maintain that front rack position the entire time. I'm not going to go over mobility or things that can help you with that today. We're just going to focus on the front squat. Now, when you're setting yourself up, first thing you want to do is center yourself on the bar. The smooth part is the direct center. So find where that's at. Next, you're going to step back from that bar about a foot to a foot and a half, and you're going to set up your hands first because the setup is so important. If your setup is sloppy or inconsistent, so will be your squats. Make sure you do it right the first time, every time. For this one, my hands are actually a little bit closer in than I prefer on my back squats. My back squats, I'm usually about a thumb width distance from that center or that smooth area. For this one, I'm going to be about a finger width from where the smooth meets the knurling. Still holding on to the knurling. I'm going to wrap my thumb and fingers around. I'm going to pull that bar to the front of the J-hook. I'm going to place my feet shoulder width directly underneath the center of that bar. I'm going to pull my shoulder blades together to set up my shoulders for good position. I'm going to take in my belly breath. From here, I'm going to lower my hips and rotate my elbows up underneath that bar and out in front of me, letting that bar rest on the front of my shoulders, okay? While I maintain this position, I'm going to take 2 steps back. Now I'm going to find my front squat position. My front squat tends to be a little bit more narrow than my back squat position with my feet. My feet are still slightly rotated, pointed outward, okay, but my heels are going to stay on the ground. As I maintain this front rack position, nice and upright, I'm going to take in my belly breath, and I'm going to start bending at the knees and hips, drive the knees out, pushing the butt back, lowering myself under control, and drive back up, okay? Perform your desired number of reps, take 2 steps forward, and re-rack. Again, I'll show you this one from the side. So I've already centered myself on the bar. Feel free to experiment with your hand position, guys. If you feel like going out a little wider feels better on your body, go for it, okay? Thumb and fingers wrapped around, feet shoulder width directly underneath the center of the bar. I'm gonna set up my shoulder blades, taking my belly breath, lower my hips, rotate those elbows in front, let that bar rest on the meat of my shoulders. Stand tall, extend the knees and hips. 2 steps back. I'm gonna find that front squat position. I'm gonna take in my belly breath. I'm gonna bend the knees and hips, same time, spreading the floor with the feet, driving the knees out and the butt slightly back and down. When I'm done with the desired number of reps, come back in, re-rack, set it down. Like I said, front squats aren't for everybody. I'm also not like the best front squatter in the world, but if done properly and done safely, this can be a very, very effective movement. If you watch some Olympic lifters, especially at the Olympic level, but some really, really good advanced weightlifters doing snatches, clean and jerks, they can get super low into those front squat positions, catching a barbell from a clean. Take a look at some of those. But if you're just getting started with the barbell doing front squats, take your time, focus on the setup, get into a good position with your feet and your hands, make sure you're comfortable. I mean, you can only get so comfortable having a barbell right in front of your neck, right? But take the time to move your hands in or out. Make sure you can maintain that upright position, okay, with the elbows, that front rack position as we call it. If this movement just doesn't work for you right now, don't work up to it. I actually worked with kettlebells for a long time, goblet squats, double kettlebell front squats, before I was actually able to hold my torso upright enough to maintain this position, okay? This takes a lot more, I would say a lot more core strength than the back squat would, just because of where the force is distributed, okay? But don't let it keep you from using that as your movement, okay? So that's all I got for you on the front squat. Go ahead and give it a shot. If you do have questions or comments, email me at info@johnchacon.com or post in the comments below on the video. Take care, stronger every day. Peace.